I'm sure we all remember being a kid and just being happy because we existed. It's kind of funny how when you're an adult, at least for most of us, you actually kind of have to earn your happiness. It's not just something that's just a given as soon as you wake up in the day. Now, if you don't have that, then it is a little unfortunate. If you do, then you know what I'm talking about. In my personal life, I could actually pinpoint certain events that lowered the amount of maximum happiness I could actually get in my life, and it was kind of weird. One time I was actually at a friend's house, and I was just making some like weed cake. It's pretty funny, and I was watching this video about space and black holes because I always liked that stuff. And then I heard that one. It said black holes delete information, and then they also said black holes just continue to grow. So basically, one day that there's going to be only black holes in the universe, and it's going to delete the information. There will be no proof of my existence because I will be sucked into a black hole, and my information will be deleted and turned into ash and be unrecognizable. And that actually like killed me on the inside a little bit. Like I had an actual existential crisis, and I was like, no matter what I do, I don't matter. It felt like Rick and Morty on some crazy stuff. The thing is that nobody actually knows what happens because some scientists think that black holes are literally just a wormhole to move things from one place to another. Others do believe that they delete information, and we don't actually know because at the end of the day, space is actually legitimately so vast we will never understand it because we can't touch it. So there's really no use worrying about stuff like that. But it is just one of those things I enjoy doing as a pastime hobby of just listening up, listening into it. It's just really fascinating. But I did get a scare, didn't know. Now, that's just an example. But today we're actually here to talk about a couple things, like 5 things that you can do to just make you happier. At least 5 things that make me happier that I do. And when I do it, it just improves the quality of my life. And I'm not gonna lie, number one is gonna be staying in contact with friends and family. Now, this might seem simple, but a lot of us just are busy in our life and we don't actually take time to say, hey, how's it going to our friends? At least for me, man, it is difficult at times, but then I realize it's not really difficult. You just gotta set aside some time, even if it's just 5 minutes, to say, hey, how's it going, man? How's life? How are you doing? And not just that, but also, try to hang out. Try to schedule a time to meet up, play some basketball, watch a movie, just go to the park. Just literally schedule some time with friends or family or both to just, be in each other's presence and, actually catch up and be a part of their life. That makes me happy because I don't do that kind of stuff really. I do now, but man, guys, for the past 2 3 years, I haven't been on that at all. I will be like, if someone hits me up, then we will have a plan to hang out, and that'll be whenever it is. And that's just not good enough. As humans, we are social creatures, and I really hate saying that because ultimately, I feel like we are whatever we need to be. But ultimately, after me being the one to go out of my way to try to make plans and say, hey, how's it going? And doing things and all that stuff as opposed to not doing any of that, it actually is, it's a big difference in like your dopamine levels in your head, being happy, being content with life, stuff like that. And it's a very simple one. Just hanging out with your friends can really help you. Could possibly even save your life. And that's number one. So number two, do something on your off days, man. Now, you don't have to have friends and anything to do with them for this. Like, yeah, obviously, making a plan, making a time, a day to hang out is one thing. But another thing is just not wasting the off time that you have. Don't just stay at home and play a game or stay indoors and do nothing. Obviously, it's understandable if it's cold outside. It's understandable if you legit have no way of getting anywhere and, that's free. But even honestly, even if it costs money, like if you have no car and you got to Uber somewhere, like maybe just go watch a movie. And if not that, then just go outside and jog, walk, you know what I mean? Things of that nature, just anything. Like actually do something. And if you don't want to go outside, then if you want to do something like, if you're a content creator making a video, today is Sunday and it's one of my only off day really, and I'm making a video right now. But I'm actually going to go hang out with. So I'm going to go to church and then I'm going to go hang out with my friend right after because they have a basketball court over there and we're going to just shoot some hoops. And then after that, I'm going to go to my aunt's house to just eat some lunch and talk about my finances a little bit and what to do. And that's me. Where usually I would not go to church, I would stay inside, I would play The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for way longer than I should, more than likely 7 hours, which is a long time. It's a great game, but ultimately you shouldn't stay inside doing nothing for that long because ultimately it's just not necessarily healthy. I'm not gonna lie, you can do it if you want to. You are in charge of your own life, but this is something that has made me happy is by actually doing something. And what I mean by something, I just mean something that just requires a little bit of effort. It's not like you gotta create the most. You don't have to solve a Rubik's cube. But it would be nice if you were to do something that isn't just press a button and watch this TV, or play this game, because you can do that so easily before and after work. But are you able to go outside and take time to just walk out there and chill? Or do you have the time for that? You know what I mean? On a day that you do work, try to do things to where time needed is not going to be wasted in your eyes. Or maybe, I don't know how to explain it. I just say plan to do something and actually do something cool. That's all. It doesn't have to be money involved, but just don't take it for granted because you don't get time back. Now, that's number 2. Number 3, working out. Now, exercise in general. So, like I said, just going outside, taking a walk. But honestly, I'm thinking more about get your blood pumping in more. So I'm thinking more like push-ups, sit-ups, squats. Just the basic stuff. Just actually, kind of push your body a little bit. Obviously, you don't have to go extreme. You don't need to go to a failure. You don't even need to go to your breathing heavy. Me personally, I do like 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, and 50 squats a day. That's what I try to do. For me, that gets my blood pumping and it makes it to where I'm not just stationary, being lazy all day. So it does help a lot, actually. Like, I notice how much it helps. I'm not muscular by any means, but I'm actually trying to improve and go, upgrade that workout and make it more. So I've started integrating a little bit of mountain climbers and a little bit of burpees. I'm trying to get to do that every day because I do secretly want a summer body, and it's not summer. So hopefully in these next 2 to 3 months, I really lock in and get it going. But it makes you happier because it does actually increase the dopamine and the serotonin and the feel good chemicals in your brain, and then your body does start to look better because you will literally start taking on a shape that is only able to be obtained by working out. Stomach goes down a little bit, muscle mass goes up a little bit. It's good. So that is number 3. Number 4 is I've been talking about this a lot. Pay off debt. So at the end of the day, guys, that's a weight on your shoulder that you don't want, and it's a weight on my shoulder that I felt 1 weight taken off out of 3 weights. It feels nice to get rid of that weight, and I'm not even all the way done with it. So it's just one of those things that will ultimately make you happy because it's not going to be in the back of your mind. You're not going to be worrying about it so much. You're not going to be tripping and like, oh my goodness, I still got this. It's just something that is good to get rid of. That's it. I won't talk too much about that. Number 4, that was it. Number 5, read books and the Bible. I'm a Christian, so you're going to hear me talk about Christian things at times. But reading books in general would genuinely help you because it establishes the fact that you are building patience and you're able to just sit down and relax. And sitting down and relaxing is already one thing. But sitting down, relaxing, and then reading a book is another thing because you are gaining some kind of knowledge. Not only that, but you are also just living in the moment instead of trying to pick up the pace, be fast, and just kind of like keep up with the Joneses in the sense of always trying to do the next thing, you know? Because if you try to do that, if that's the kind of person that you become, then you're going to be anxious and you don't want that. Reading a book helps you to just sit there in the moment and experience regular life. When I read a book, I like to have reading music on, and it's always like some kind of nice classical, jazz sounding, just relaxing, almost ASMR like. And then sometimes I get into the flow state of reading the book because at that point it's not even relaxing. It's just me it's like intense information gathering. It's pretty fun actually. And it's something that most people don't even think about because, man, unfortunately here in this country, we do not read. If it's not on our phone, social media, or, we don't read. So you should try it. And that's all I'll say about that one. And that was 5 of them. But if you stuck around this long, here goes a bonus one. Get good sleep. Now, many people underestimate the power of actually shutting your eyes and going into power saving mode for your body. It is legit. It is so legit. Getting good sleep will change your whole life if you're not used to it. Because getting 8 hours of quality rest is legit how you heal your body. It's how you recover from injuries. It's how you reset your mind. It's literally how you go back to factory settings for the next day. It's literally more than eating correctly. Getting good sleep is actually more important than what you almost more important than what you eat. And the reason I say that is because you can eat a lot of stuff, right? You can eat healthy, but if you don't go to sleep, that stuff doesn't even matter at that point because you legit need to recharge. And sleeping, it detoxes your actual brain. It detoxes everything. Your liver, your kidneys. And people like to say your liver, your kidneys does this on its own. It detoxes its own self. What detoxes it after it has spent all day detoxing your body? Sleep. And then your brain as well. Your brain only detoxes when you're sleeping for real. So you need to actually sleep. But most people want to stay up and be up all day every day. I'm guilty of this, dude. There were times to where I felt like I didn't have a life because I worked for so long. Like I literally worked 14 hours in a day, and I didn't want to go to sleep because I'm like, this is all the time I got. I want more time to actually be alive, and I would stay up. Now I'm up 18 hours in the day. Guess how much sleep I got? 5 hours. And then I hurried up and got everything ready in 1 hour and went back to work. Dude, no. Forget the money. Seriously. Forget the money at that point. You gotta actually get your sleep, and it's that important. But, hey, thank you guys for sticking around this long. That has been the video, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If I was yapping too much about the black holes or any of these things, let me know in the comments because sometimes I get to it and I don't shut up. I know it's Yap a Lot Gaming, but I want you guys to actually listen to my yap session. So let me know how you guys feel about it in the comments below. I appreciate you guys for being here this long, man. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see y'all next time in the next video. Peace out.